Hey you guys, welcome back. It's officially been a week since I did the Roto-Rooters. Basically what had happened. I'm gonna fill that in with you guys, and I'm just gonna pick up from last Monday and go forward. So as of my last video, you guys will see that I had Roto-Rooters come out. The first guy gave us like a ridiculous off the wall like estimate quote, things that didn't need to be done, yada 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 yada. Second guy came out, actually when I was recording with you guys, he was there. He ended up showing up, and he even said that the third guy was coming out, well, that he would be there between 2, well at this point it was like 2:30 to 3 o'clock ish, and he said that he'd be anywhere between that time that his name was Tyler, the time that Tyler was there to the time that 5 o'clock. Well, okay, 5 o'clock showed up, nothing. And we're supposed to get like a 30-minute in advance phone call. Didn't get anything. 5:30 rolled around, still didn't get anything. About 5:35-ish is when I called Roto-Rooters again. And they said that nobody was supposed to come out. It was, it pissed me off. So I'm on the phone with my mom, and at this point, and I'm trying to remember. I was on the phone with my mom. See, I feel like it was Monday, but then again, I don't feel like it was Monday. Maybe it was Tuesday or Wednesday of last week. I know it wasn't Thursday, and I know it wasn't Friday. It was either Tuesday or Wednesday of last week. My mom was off work, and I was talking to her, and I was like, hey, actually, I think it was Wednesday, because Mason got in trouble at school. Yeah, it was Wednesday. Mason got in trouble at school, and my mom went to go pick him up and Aubrey up from school. And she, I was talking about like all of this and everything in between, and she was like, okay, hold on. She was like, I'm gonna go out to grandma's, where she, because she lives right next door to my grandmother's. She was like, I'm gonna go get my, because my mom lives off grid. She was like, I'm gonna go get my portable toilet. She was like, I'm not in my place right now, so I'm not using it. She's like, I'm gonna bring it over. She was like, I'm gonna pick up your cousin Doug and try to figure out what the heck's going on with any of this. So, we're waiting, because, she did have to drive 45 minutes out and then have to grab everything, tools and everything included. Because at this point on Wednesday, my sink's busted. Okay, my underneath my cabinet, like, busted, or what it seemed like it busted. What's ironic about this is, my mom and my cousin come out. My mom calls a family friend of ours. He comes out, and it just like, so anyways, waiting for my mom and everything. They come out, and Brian came out. Brian didn't have any of his stuff because he loaned it out, which is fine. Daniel and Doug went up underneath the house, and basically what we did was we took off, oh god, I can't remember the name of it. Basically, the way my grandparents set this house up is that there is a pipe, and I'm doing this the best way I can explain with everything that's going on this week. But there's a pipe, and it goes, it's the sewage pipe, and it goes down. If it gets full, or like there's too much air, or like whatever the case may be, you like untwist it, and it releases it from that pipe and down into this like to me it looks like a tire rim thing, but it's not. And there's like a sump pump in there, and there's like something else, and basically we had to like get all of the backup sewage out of the house, because like it was in our toilets, it was in our showers, it was so bad, like nothing was going anywhere. We had a couple of leaks, which we knew, so all of that. Well, got that situated. The very next day, Thursday, my mom has Doug. My mom drops off Doug to my house because that's what was planned. And then he like finished opening it all the way because that night before we were only able to open it a certain amount without it like busting the pipes. Like we wanted to release the air slowly without it like exploding. So we did that, got it. Now like we can use our toilets and everything. However, we got to watch what we're using until we can get a hold of a 200-foot camera for the pipes to go all the way out in every direction to figure out where the clog is, if there's any clogs. So there's that. Also Thursday I had to take my cousin Doug. He's supposed to have court, but I had to take him to the emergency room because of his kidney stones. Then I dropped him off at my mom's job, met up with Brian there, and now we're just like stuck in limbo land waiting for Brian to get his equipment back. So there's that till Thursday. Well, let's go back to Monday. Bean started bleeding, our dog. Bean started bleeding where it was like ridiculous, and I say like ridiculous. My house felt like it was Wednesday when my mom came and got the kids. Okay. So Thursday evening, it could have been Tuesday. I can't remember, but it was Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah. Tuesday, my mom, and then was Monday, Roto-Rooters was out here. Tuesday, my mom was out here with Doug and Brian. Wednesday, my mom and Brian or Doug was out here. Thursday, we had to take Beans to the vet because Monday morning, Beans was like ridiculously bleeding, and I mean bleeding a lot. And it was like drip, 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 drip. Like it wasn't like he was losing a lot of blood all the time, but basically my couches, my carpet, my floors, anywhere that Beans was like walking, he was just like dripping like I don't even know, this not like the size like drops of blood everywhere. And we couldn't figure it out. Like we knew that he was bleeding from his, and I'm just gonna say it, guys, he was bleeding from his penis area. And at first, we were like okay, when he goes outside and pees, he like pees here, stops, pees here, stops, pees. Like we thought he was just marking his territory, well, Monday, and then this was like off and on. It's like in the morning he would do it, then at night he wouldn't. And then in the morning he would do it, and at night he wouldn't. And like it just like it was back and forth. So called around, tried to get him in, couldn't get him in at the vet and everything. And there's one vet office that I absolutely love, and that's Noah's Ark, right up by our house. So it wasn't the thing that like I was trying to be. There is a spot on my phone, and it makes me think it's my face. Okay, so it's just like trying to figure out what to do. So then Thursday, then Thursday, I'm on the phone with Daniel, and I'm like, hey, I was like, when you get home, we got to take Beans to the vet. Like right now, we got to take him to the vet. I said they got it opening. I said we got to go. They said to bring him in, set an appointment. Hold on. Okay, so all this plays together because Daniel got off at 2, which means he'd be getting home about 2:30. I had to take Lex and go pick up the kids from school. Now, remember how I said I was going to clean out the van and bits and pieces of what I could do? Well, that didn't happen. So Beans would not get on his harness. He would not do anything at all. Like he would not do anything. Like his anxiety was on like a level 10. So I was like, all right. And I was gonna clean out the van anyways, just to get him in the car. because I didn't want him like bleeding all over like the kids' jackets and clothes and everything that they leave in there, and I didn't want him like bleeding all over like car equipment and stuff like that. I know it sounds crazy, but if it's one less thing that I have to clean up, so be it. So while Daniel was getting Beans ready to go and putting one of Mason's pull-ups on him, me and the kids were just like purging the car. So if it was anything other than clothes and stuff that we needed to stay in the car, like a basket had clothes in it, everything else went into the trash. Like most of it in the middle of the van was trash anyways. So it was just put it in the trash, put it in the trash, put it in the trash. So we got Beans, took Beans to the vet. I did not record any of this. It was like a we were freaking out kind of moment. Beans didn't want to go. Beans was scared. Beans was like everything in between. And I'm going to explain something to you. I got Beans from the animal shelter, and Beans and his parents and his siblings were found in a car when they were puppies. And I've learned something very quickly. He has separation anxiety, he has a fear of cars, and he has a fear of boxes, like to the point that if you put him in a box, like I even put him in the box so he wouldn't like climb around the car the day that I was bringing him home, but he like freaked out. And it wasn't anything of like I closed the lid, like me and Ops was like right there next to him. He was just petrified. So he has a lot of basically PTSD, and I got him when he was 6 weeks old from the animal shelter. And Beans he doesn't do well in car rides. Like he's got to be, it's bad. So he would not get in his kennel. There was just so much. So basically, I had to literally put his and I know there's better ways of doing this, but for the sake of getting him to the vet with the time that we had, because it was like immediate, like they wanted to see him immediately, I had to like take his leash, hook it to a carabiner that was that was hooked onto the back of my seat, hook him to that while he was hooked to his harness, and then because like he was so close to the kids, like the kids had to like pet him and anything in between, with the pull up on his butt. So we get him to the vet. Beans was like still like super skittish. Like he was pulling a Pippin move. And we know that Pippin has PTSD, or not PTSD. He has anxiety, and he also has Alzheimer's dementia. So, neighborhood, it's fun time in the neighborhood. So they were like, hey, so we're going to have to take him back. It could be his prostate. It could be, it could be anything. So they're like, we're going to take him back. We're going to do like all, some things. And they took him back, and they're like, hey, he would not let us touch him or do anything. And I'm like, that's not like Beans. Because when Beans gets to the vet, like anytime we go to the vet, granted, it's not been for like emergency calls, but when we go to the vet, Beans is like super chill. It's like he's not even there except for like getting love and attention. Pippin is our problem child when we go to the vet. Okay, let's just say this. Okay. Like honestly, the vet techs the last time we went, they were like, "Where's Beans? Did we do his exam? Like we don't even remember doing his exam." And Daniel's like, "Yeah, you guys did it. Destiny took him on out to the car, so." He's good and great and golden. So, that's just... Okay, so Daniel had to put a muzzle on him and everything, and they come back, and they were like, so, we're going to do immediate surgery. He has a collapsed urethra, and, we can either put a catheter in him, he can have a catheter in him, go home, and then come back in the morning. And I was like, before she went on, I was like, can you keep him overnight? Like, I would prefer him to be kept overnight for the simple fact that I don't have to worry about like Pippin trying to take out his catheter or him trying to take it out or anything and everything in between. So they were like, yeah, we can keep him overnight, that's fine. I signed up for care credit because they were wanting half of the payment that night. And the total amount for her surgery and everything included was $1,137.68. I just had to write it yesterday, so I remember. So I signed up for that and everything, and he stayed. Daniel did end up signing a paper stating that if you need to be resuscitated, then they resuscitate him. But that was like $500 to resuscitate him. Thank God they didn't have to do that. Not like money wise, but they didn't have to do that. However, his surgery went well and everything. They said that he would still be bleeding for a couple of days when he goes to pee. Make sure he pees frequently. Make sure he doesn't bite his stitches. Make sure that he's not up and roughhousing and playing and everything in between. However, I cannot get him and Pippin to stop doing that, even with their medication and everything. And Beans' cone is starting to tear apart. And I'm going to have Daniel swing back by the vet and see if they can get another one. The doctor did say, however, actually, I got the papers right here. But the doctor did say that if Beans needed to be on his anxiety meds, like Beans is a good dog, but it's just his anxiety. They said that if we feel that he needs to be on his anxiety meds long term, then that's fine. We will do that. And actually, he's on the same anxiety meds that Pippin's on. Except his is higher than Pippin's, even though he's a smaller dog. But for right now, I think it's higher because of his surgery. But he's on trazodone, amoxicillin, gabapentin, and Rimadyl. Twice a day. All of them. Let's see. Rimadyl, one chew by mouth every 12 hours for pain. But they told us to do either half and half or do a full one every 24 hours. Trazodone, 2 tablets by mouth every 12 hours. Amoxicillin, 1 capsule by mouth every 12 hours for 7 days. Gabapentin, 2 capsule by mouth every 12 hours for 5 days. And I think, so Daniel picked them up Friday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So this is day 5 of his gabapentin. Oh, that's what it was. I'm supposed to, because like what we were told about the gabapentin, we were told to give him 1 at night for bedtime. But then when I called yesterday, they were like, no. I don't know who told you that, but he's supposed to have 2 in the morning and 2 at night. And it's going to make him sleep, which will then not have them fighting and roughhousing and help him heal and pain. Like I was on gabapentin. I'm highly allergic to gabapentin, but I know what gabapentin does. So that's why he's got some extra. They said to continue to give it to him until it's completely healed, because not only did he have to have his urethra to have that all taken apart and stitched and everything, but he also got he got neutered because of the fact of they didn't want him to try to hump anything and have it happen again. So he got neutered, which I was 100% okay with. So he's like in a double whammy surgery. There's Friday. Saturday, Mason gets god awful sick. And every Saturday for the past month, Mason has gotten the stomach bug. But it's weird because like in the morning he would be like complaining that his stomach was hurting, and then like afternoon he was completely fine, and then like afternoon to evening he was like throwing up, diarrheaing, and then that night he was completely fine, and like for like the rest of the time. So I don't know. However, and none of us caught it. So I don't know. It wasn't an anxiety thing with him. It wasn't anything like where we was going on Saturdays was out to my grandmother's. He loves going to my grandmother's. Nothing ever happens. It's actually his idea to go out. He would mention it, and then like my grandma would mention it, and like y'all, before y'all even say anything, there's no sexual abuse going on. There's no like nobody's putting him down out there. Nobody's being negative to him. Nobody's doing anything to that kid. So like, I don't want anybody in the comments thinking, well, maybe there's something going on this or something going on with that. No, there's nothing going on. I just don't know what it is. I don't know if he's just catching a 24-hour stomach bug and then like that's it or what, but basically because of that, because of him getting sick on Saturdays, we wouldn't be able to go to school or go to church on Sundays because I didn't want to like get sick in church or like pass it to somebody, so we'd like quarantine at home. So there's Saturday, Sunday. Yesterday, oh wait, in this whole time frame too, not only did Lex's headphones get chewed up by the dogs, and this is like this past week, not only did Lex's headphones get chewed up by the dogs, but so did my headphones and the headphones Mason got from school. So, you know. Rule is tablets and headphones and everything come into my bedroom. Electronics and everything come into my bedroom because right now Beans and Pippa are going through like a really weird stage, and Beans was starting to like chew things. We've learned that Beans was chewing up the couch because of discomfort to what was going on inside his body. Yeah, plus his anxiety. So there's that. And then Pippin chews up stuff because of his anxiety. You know, like, it's my life. It's my life. Okay, so as I go on to this, I found out Saturday that Mason needed glasses, reading glasses, so we went and got reading glasses. From there, you know, this whole weekend went on. Because Mason took my headphones without asking, my $60 headphones got chewed up. And I'm upset because, well, Destiny, why would you spend $60 for a pair of headphones? Well, because 1, they were Bluetooth, 2, they were pink, but 3, most importantly, they were noise-canceling headphones. So when I got really bad headaches, and I mean like really bad headaches, I could pop them on and they would cancel out a lot of the noise so I could still function and be fine. And there was like the only ones that I found that would actually benefit and work. Now, however, because yes, the dogs chewed them up, but it was Mason, 1, because he didn't ask me, and 2, he left them on the couch for the dogs. Like, he snuck them. He's giving me $9 out of his allowance money until he pays them off. So, that's what we agreed upon. There's that. So, you know, I'm teaching him for every action, there's a reaction. For everything that you know, like, because of this, there's this. So, problem, solution. And you got to take responsibility for your actions. So, anyways. Fast forward to yesterday. Kids are at school. I wake up feeling god awful. And, well, Sunday we watched the games. Bengals didn't win. Daniel's a big Bengals fan and an Eagles fan. He's a Bengals fan before the Eagles, but it's fine. Bengals didn't win. And fast forward to yesterday, Monday, my stomach, like, not only did I get my period, and the first time getting my period in like 68 days or something like that. Like, it's been a while. And I don't know if it's because of the medication. I don't know, like, the new medication that my doctor has me on. I don't know what it is, to be quite frank. But I got my period, and it was like, oh, my kids, I'm telling you. So anyways, I felt god awful. Like, I have a heavy period as it is, but like, it was like I had like, it, like, literally, it felt like I was going through like the period flu, stomach flu. Like, I don't know, but I didn't get sick to my stomach or anything, and it was just weird. So I felt like I was just going through, like, for what I thought was the period flu. However, me and Lex felt awful. But like I said, I thought it was like the period flu. Lex was feeling okay. And then, I'm just trying to think. So, like, we had to go to Walmart. Daniel had to go file his taxes with Jackson Hewitt. And, you know, we did all that. I went around the store. I looked for not Imodium. I went around Walmart, got Lex a toy, and Mason. Lex got like this car. It's like one of the only Hot Wheels, Mattel Hot Wheels that he doesn't have. Well, that the kids don't have. And then Mason got one of those. I remember back in the day, the skateboards, like the finger skates. got one of those for Mason, and then Aubrey got a doll that Lex picked out. Lex picked out everything for him and his siblings. Got him an outfit. As a matter of fact, here is the hoodie that we picked out. I don't know if y'all could tell, but Lex is obsessed with cars. So he got a hoodie and 2 pairs of pants and a shirt, and then I just got Mason's medicine and stuff from the pharmacy. While Daniel was doing all that. Then Daniel wanted to get. Oh wait, hold on. So before I tell you, Lex got a little red Baby Bella cheese thing. He paid for it with his own change. I think he had I'm not even sure. I think he maybe had 30 cents or something like that, and he paid for it. And then Daniel got a case of donuts, and then we went to Wendy's. Or not Wendy's, we went to Burger King. I was able to eat. Lex ate. He was hungry, and then I looked at Daniel right after I ate, and I was like, "Hey, man, you're gonna have to go get the kids. I can't even move." So I was sitting here on the bed. Lex's tablet died, and Lex was just laying there on the bed. He looked so god awful yesterday. Daniel comes home with the kids. Daniel comes home with the kids, and Aubrey was telling me how all day she did not feel good at school. Basically, literally how I felt, which is how Lex felt. But Aubrey said she didn't eat anything. She just drank water, tried to go to the bathroom, couldn't go, felt like she was constipated. Literally what I was going through. So I was like, all right, Mason didn't want to eat dinner. Mason wasn't even hungry. None of us was hungry. The only one that was hungry was Daniel, and Daniel ate. That was fine. And Daniel was okay with making Mason something if Mason wants something to eat. So, Lex got up. I was in the tub. Well, Daniel lay down with Lex. I got in the tub to kind of sweat it out and everything. I was in the tub for an hour. I know for a fact. I was in the tub for an hour and 22 minutes because I set an alarm to let me know when my phone was done charging. And I got out, drained the water, but Aubrey got in. And then in the meantime of me being in the bathroom, getting out of the tub, within 45 minutes, and I give Daniel mass props, in 45 minutes, Lex threw up all over, and that wasn't intentional, but Lex went into the bedroom to go do something, and he threw up on the side of Aubrey's hammock all over the floor. Mind you, Saturday, Mason threw up all over the bedroom floor and the door. Threw up all over in there and on himself. Aubrey came in telling Daniel about it because Daniel was in here helping me. And Daniel got him all cleaned up. Then it was fine. Lex was up here on the bed. He was watching cartoons, mellowing it out. And then Mason's on the floor, Aubrey's on the floor, I'm on the bed, Lex is right here where I'm sitting. Daniel's at his computer. So we were all in here. Aubrey just got out of the tub. Aubrey threw up on the carpet in here. And then she ran into our bathroom, which was not even 2-3 feet, literally from where she was at. Ran to the toilet, threw up, just kept throwing up. And then right when Aubrey got done throwing up and she went in the room, Daniel was cleaning that up, I started throwing up. And this is when my throwing up spell happened. I give Daniel so much prop because not only did he have to clean up Lex, but he had to clean up me, and he had to didn't have to clean me up. He cleaned up, or Aubrey, Aubrey was able to clean herself up, but as of the vomit, that's what he did. So then, sometime after that, I was at this point it was 6:30. I know exactly what time it was. It was 6:13 at night. And I'm all right. I was everybody's just gonna have to go to bed right now. I was Tylenol, ibuprofen, Tylenol, nausea medicine, all of it. Y'all gonna take it? We all gonna go to bed. From that point, the kids went on to bed, and I think it was 6:30. I just started perpetually. I have this laundry bucket that the big container of laundry soap that you get in the I want to say it's a 3-gallon bucket, maybe 2 or 3, 2 gallon, not sure, not looking at the front of it. But my mom gave it to us, put the dog food in, and I said, hey, I'm in the bathroom, you know, it's coming out one end. I said, babe, can you get me the bucket? Because I was like, I cannot physically. I was like, I'm in too much pain to like move over and make it into the tub or the sink. Like I can't. I couldn't do it. Brought me the bucket and I just everywhere threw up. I just kept. Just look. I'm not trying to be like graphic or anything, but it was bad. Got done with that. Threw up again. Had to go back to the bathroom. At this point, I think it was like. I know for a fact it was 8 o'clock because our little Amazon Dot routine kicked on where, you know, it says, welcome to Sleep Jar, what would you like to play? And I told it what to play, and I was just laying in bed. At this point, you know how like when your body goes through so much and you start like shaking and trembling and everything? Well, my nerves don't connect properly, so when my nerves go into like what regular people do, my regular people is like everybody else's, you know, far out there, like overextended, over like done. So somebody going through like that, they don't shake and tremble like I do, because my nerves are like trying to work 10 times fast and 10 times more than what the normal person would. So I'm sitting there and I'm laying in bed and I'm just like, I'm shaking so bad. And Daniel's laying on the other side of me and he wanted to cuddle with me, he really did, but he didn't want to get sick at the same time. So I kind of felt bad. Up and on all night. I'm still going through it this morning. Aubrey has not thrown up since then. She has not, you know, diarrheaed since then. Lex has not thrown up since then, but then again, it's still 8:44 in the morning, and it's fun in the neighborhood. Today we had an appointment. Had a guy, like, we're supposed to be there. It starts at 9. It's 8:44, and I gotta call them and tell them what's going on, why we couldn't be there. Kids aren't going back to school until Monday. That is a personal choice because at this point, like, Mason still really don't want to eat anything, and he's 3 days out. So I want to make sure that kids can go back to school and be fine and healthy and safe. But I'm gonna hop off of here, let you guys know that in a nutshell, the plumbing is still kind of messed up. Got it fixed, but still kind of messed up. We did file our taxes. Everybody got a stomach bug. I guess that explains it. Daniel gets off at 2 today, so I am just winging it. All right, I'll see y'all in another video. Bye, guys.